Hey guys, I'm going to do a video for you today. I get a lot of questions from my viewers about whether I own air rifles or air pistols, if I shoot BB guns, pellet guns, things like that. And yeah, absolutely. And when I was coming up, younger man, I had tons of BB guns, pellet rifles, you name it. Crossmans, Daisies, Benjamins. But this one, like I said, I get a lot of questions about it. I just want to let you take a look at one of my older ones here. This is some old school vintage air gun right here, CO2 powered pistol. I got back in the, probably in the early, well, I would say mid 70s. My dad bought it for me. I'm kind of telling on my age there, but yeah, this is the Healthways Plainsman Model 9401. It's a CO2 pistol, semi-automatic, and it was modeled after the Colt Woodsman of the day. And take a look at it here, and it's very substantial. It's an all steel. It's heavy. I think it weighs in about 29 ounces. And you can see how big it is in my hand. So imagine a small, back in the 70s, I was how big this gun must have been to me. But I'm gonna tell you, it was a fun pistol to shoot. Extremely accurate. I mean, this is a like I say, I've had a lot of Crossmans, guns like that, air rifles, but this one right here was, I just remember it was a very accurate pistol. I hadn't shot it in years. Like I say, it's CO2. It operates on a I think the standard today is like the 12 gram rather CO2 cartridge. This one used an actual 8 gram cartridge, and you just unscrewed the bottom here and let's see if I can get it here, and just inserted the CO2 cartridge there. But anyways, just going to give you a quick look at it. Some of you guys that are into air rifles and CO2 guns might be able to give me a little more history on it. I know that, I believe from what I can tell, they started manufacturing these back in about around 1960. I've seen as early as 57, but I think roughly between 1960 and about 1977. And this is one of the later models. Like I said, this one's probably from around 76 or 77. And let you look at it says Plainsman. It was Healthways out of Los Angeles, California, and I think they were bought out around 1980, the early 80s, by Marksman, who continued to make a pistol like this under their name. But very good pistol. Like I say, it's CO2. It has as far as the velocity, it has an adjusting screw here. You can turn it down to low setting where you can get about 100 shots, probably about 275 feet per second. Then an intermediate, got her in the 300 range, and then and then there's a higher range. We only got about 40-50 shots out of the CO2 cartridge, but it would, I mean, I've seen some of the figures, it went as high as 400, 425 feet a second. But I seem to remember back then, the way they described the power of this thing was like shooting at 10 cans from 15 feet. They said on the low setting, at 15 feet, it would dent the can. At intermediate setting, medium setting, it would punch a hole in one side, and then on the high setting, it would go through both sides. Basically, that's the way they describe the power in the settings. But good little pistol. Like I say, it's semi-auto. It's double action only, and it'll hold 100 rounds. You put 100 BBs in there in that reservoir, and just as fast as you can pull that trigger, son, it will go. You see, it's got a safety on it. The firing position. Say double action only, but put it on safe, and it looks like it disconnected, like a trigger disconnect safety. So on safe, the trigger wouldn't operate at all, but once you put it back on fire, it was ready to rock and roll. I think the trigger pull on it is about around 5 pounds probably. Good smooth 2-stage trigger, and like I say, this is a smooth bore. This one in here, they made it's got a 6-inch barrel. I think they actually made a rifled barrel one, but just very cool old pistol, guys. Like I say, this is a blast from the past, and just very cool pistol. I thought some of y'all might get a kick out of looking at this one. But if I can find some of those little 8 gram CO2 cartridges, they're not, you just don't pick those up at Walmart. I may do some shooting with this thing just to show you the accuracy on it. But good old pistol. I think back even in them days, I mean, like probably when my dad bought this, was a $20 gun back then. They were expensive, they were pricey, but they were built to last, and this one's outlasted all my other CO2 pistols, and it was just a lot of fun. But anyways, guys, I thought y'all might get a kick out of that. I appreciate you watching. Y'all have a good one.